Hello, my name is Minoru Ghosh, and this is my proposal pitch for my final assessment for BCM 217 titled Paint the Space. So, talking a little bit at what the documentary is about, Paint the Space is a documentary that sheds light on mental health issues, specifically depression, and the relevance of creative outlets in helping overcome them. With this documentary, I'll be focusing on my friend Ella's story, who is an artist and has dealt with depression during her teenage years and found that art was a creative medium that helped her to express herself. The title of this documentary was inspired by Ella's YouTube channel that she had at the time, of the same name, and I thought that that was really nice, and I thought that would make for a good sort of relevance to the documentary, and I wanted to incorporate that. The inspiration for this documentary came from a documentary that I found online called titled Crazy Art, and it looks at very similar sort of circumstances that I would be looking at. It is a documentary about three artists who suffer from schizophrenia and how they channel that into their art. Here is a little excerpt from the documentary that I have included.
Helps them cope with their psychiatric symptoms. This film is about just this, how mental illness and art can intersect in a truly profound way. Perhaps their art is even helping them recover.
So, talking a little bit about the treatment, as this documentary puts it, a treatment is a constantly developing and organic document that adjusts as the story unfolds, and therefore it's really difficult to give a very set sort of treatment script. But I do have certain ideas that I would like to expand on. For example, I'm looking to use still shots and shots of Ella going about her day or just performing daily tasks that she would do on a day-to-day basis, as well as use archival images and videos as well as audios that she may have, and I, I want to focus on her art as well, and I would do this through incorporation of her previous works. I do want to add that we both agreed that we would like it to be a collaboration, and therefore Ella has agreed to do little sort of visual animations that could be a part of the documentary that could highlight some uh, some sort of um, past experience that cannot be documented in a real life situations. In terms of justification of style and approach, I am looking to incorporate a mix of observational and participatory styles of storytelling. Um, my approach on utilizing shots of Ella's daily routine falls under the observational technique, and as Bill Nichols in his book Introduction to Documentary states that within observational storytelling, we look in on life as it is lived, and therefore that's what I'm trying to focus on. I will make use of the participatory technique by including interviews or and voiceovers of her telling her story over my visuals that I will collect over the span of documenting her. And I would also like to add that I will try to take a minimalistic approach in regards to my presence within the documentary. One of the reasons why I have chosen to um, focus my documentary around these styles is that my Ella doesn't want isn't very comfortable with talking on camera or being the focus of a sort of shot, and therefore she's anxious about appearing on camera, so I want to work around that and make her feel as comfortable as she can while telling her story. Some of the technical and ethical considerations that I've looked at would be, in regards of technical considerations, not being physically present in Wollongong does make it difficult for me to get access to a lot of professional equipment, and I will not. But I do have DSLR camera in hand that I'm planning to use. But in terms of sound recording, I will have to stick with my iPhone, which isn't the best, but I will have to make do with what I have at hand. In terms of ethical considerations, I would, I want to, I know that this is a very personal story, and I would like to create that safe space for her. As I mentioned before, um, with in terms of her not being comfortable to be on camera, I want to work around that. I want to make sure that she feels safe and with while talking to me. And I do understand that this project addresses sensitive topics, and I am going to conduct my research on the topic at hand, so that I do a good job at representing what Ella is trying to say. I will also be incorporating trigger warnings. Here's my proof of concept, and thank you for listening.
About depression like it's such a like an everyday thing, but it's not. But then also it scares people who actually need help away from talking about it, because they're like, oh, everyone talks about it, but who am I to add on and add to the conversation, kind of thing. Even like I can you always gaslight myself, I sometimes question, like, did I really have depression? But like I'm pretty sure it was. Just because like I didn't get like officially diagnosed for it, or like people, well, my friends acknowledged it, but then like the adult